There is something else involved in this scenario, and it is recorded in the Catholic Encyclopedia. An appreciation of the clerical mindset arises when the Church itself admits that it does not know who wrote its Gospels and Epistles, confessing that all 27 New Testament writings began life anonymously. It thus appears that the present titles of the Gospels are not traceable to the Evangelists themselves. They are supplied with titles which, however ancient, do not go back to the respective authors of those writings. The Church maintains that the titles of our Gospels were not intended to indicate authorship, adding that the headings were affixed to them. Therefore, they are not Gospels written according to Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, as publicly stated. The full force of this confession reveals that there are no genuine apostolic Gospels, and that the Church's shadowy writings today embody the very ground and pillar of Christian foundations and faith. The consequences are fatal to the pretense of divine origin of the entire New Testament, and expose Christian texts as having no special authority. For centuries, fabricated Gospels bore Church certification of authenticity, now confessed to be false, and this provides evidence that Christian writings are wholly fallacious. After years of dedicated New Testament research, Dr. Tischendorf expressed dismay at the differences between the oldest and newest Gospels, and had trouble understanding how scribes could allow themselves to bring in here and there changes, which were not simply verbal ones, but such as materially affected the very meaning, and, what is worse still, did not shrink from cutting out a passage or inserting one. After years of validating the fabricated nature of the New Testament, a disillusioned Dr. Tischendorf confessed that modern-day editions have been altered in many places and are not to be accepted as true. The important question then to ask is this: if the New Testament is not historical, what is it? Dr. Tischendorf provided part of the answer when he said in his 15,000 pages of critical notes on the Sinai Bible that it seems that the personage of Jesus Christ was made narrator for many religions. This explains how narratives from the ancient Indian epic, the Mahabharata, appear verbatim in the Gospels today. For example, Matthew chapter 1 verse 25, chapter 2 verse 11, chapter 8 verses 1 to 4, chapter 9 verses 1 to 8, and chapter 9 verses 18 to 26. And why passages from the phenomena of the Greek statesman Aratus of Sicyon are in the New Testament. Extracts from the Hymn to Zeus, written by Greek philosopher Cleanthes, are also found in the Gospels, as are 207 words from the Thais of Menander, one of the 7 wise men of Greece. Quotes from the semi-legendary Greek poet Epimenides are applied to the lips of Jesus Christ, and 7 passages from the curious Ode of Jupiter are reprinted in the New Testament. Tischendorf's conclusion also supports Professor Bordeaux's Vatican findings that reveal the allegory of Jesus Christ derived from the fable of Mithra, the divine Son of God, also known as Ahura Mazda and Messiah of the first kings of the Persian Empire, around 400 BC. His birth in a grotto was attended by magi who followed a star from the east. They brought gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and the newborn baby was adored by shepherds.